What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome back to WWE 13, the Attitude Era. It's time for Breakdown. And so I welcome you to a fine Wednesday afternoon here on the program, hot on the heels of a SmackDown and things to discuss from SmackDown. But first, we have to pin Austin and do a double team move in the ring on Austin at Critical Damage, the master plan. So first and foremost, concerning Raw, apparently it was either the lowest rating in history or the lowest rating in the modern era. One of those two. I'm not really sure which of those. But still, both of them, not good. Not good at all. That's gotta be Kane.
Next, yes, Stone Cold Steve Austin will defend the coveted WWE Championship against The Undertaker and Kane in what will be a hellacious triple threat match.
Even in the video game, Jim Ross sounds like he believes what he is saying. It's very important for anybody on commentary, anywhere. And so, as usual, you can make all kinds of excuses for the Raw rating. Oh, it was football, it was the start of the fall TV season, etc., etc. But again, as I've said before on this show, do they really care about ratings when they're getting like 40 or 50 million for a show in Saudi Arabia when they signed $2 billion
Mr. McMahon's
deals?
brilliant master plan will be realized tonight. I mean, not only will Austin have to face the single most destructive force in WWE history, but this isn't a normal triple threat match. Kane is prohibited from defeating Undertaker, and Undertaker is prohibited from defeating Kane.
So, again, they have these 5-year deals. Now, I don't obviously know the details of those deals, so perhaps there is a clause if your rating drops below a certain level, but as of right now, they kind of don't have to care about the ratings. They can kind of book what they want, and ratings be damned. So that's kind of, a thing. I just noticed that my actual microphone was not on for that first several minutes there, so my apologies for the poor audio quality at the beginning of this show. These things happen. It's like 9:15 in the morning, and I'm not quite awake yet, if you will. Anyway, speaking of Raw, it was confirmed that Liv Morgan did suffer a concussion after getting hit in the face twice. And I think anyone who watched that was like, yeah, that's probably, she got knocked out. It's probably going to be a concussion. That's kind of how that works, right?
Oh, damn it. This is nothing more than a glorified handicap match. Well, as Mr. McMahon said, Vince McMahon didn't screw Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin screwed Stone Cold Steve Austin. And now it's time for him to pay.
The emotion of Jim Ross's voice for a video game is why he is the greatest of all time. Seriously. Like, he just sells it so well. In other numbers news, we have the fact that Kofi Kingston is now the combined longest reigning tag team champion of all time, beating out the previous record holder of Billy Gunn. So, that's pretty cool. Congrats to Kofi. He's held those tag belts with a bunch of different partners and a bunch of different times for a long time. Now, can we get Kofi a world title shot, please? Double team moves. I am the Monster Kane. Getting bulldogged. Anyway, speaking of Kofi, though, I guess moving on to SmackDown. About smacking down. Yeah. Does that count as a... Yep. Boom! But he's not critical, so we have a ways to go here. We have a ways to go here with the Texas Rattlesnake. So SmackDown, if you will. The SmackDown. Truth TV, fantastic. R-Truth continuing to be one of the highlights of SmackDown, which is crazy, but that dude just makes me laugh every time. And I'm enjoying his work on... Oh no! I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to grapple you. No, just face the Austin. So, that was fantastic. Although, unfortunately, that'll be the last Truth TV, because Miz won it back in a match in your opening contest. Now then, Becky Lynch, right? We had a thing with Becky Lynch where she attacked Charlotte when she was doing a photo shoot. And it's like, boo, Becky's a heel. But no, people cheered her, right? People cheered her, and I'll tell you why. Think about that scenario, right? If that scenario in 97 had been The Rock on a photo shoot, and Austin came in attacked him, was like, take a photo of the champ, cracked a beer, people would have lost their minds cheering for that. The problem is how they've conditioned us. How we've been conditioned to react to face behavior and heel behavior has been blurred so much that, honestly, it's Becky 316. It seriously is. So, like, I'm not gonna boo that. That's fantastic. It was hilarious. So, that's kind of how that's been going with her. And then, oh no, she's doing heel stuff. It's so dastardly. Like, yeah, but not really. Because if you think about Austin doing it, oh yeah, it's fantastic. It's awesome. He's the anti-hero, etc., etc. So, if Becky's in that same mold, it works just as well. Because people want to see Becky as champ. So, they're not going to boo her. They're going to cheer her. Anyway, moderate damage. Just to all Stone Cold. Taker getting that table ready. Big bear hug on the Austin. Anyway, does anyone else find it curious that we are on SmackDown episode number 997, and they've kind of not done a lot of discussion on the fact that we are so close to SmackDown 1000? That's weird. Consider how much promotion there was for Raw 1000. Commercials and hype and everything else, and there's kind of been nothing for SmackDown. I know it's the B show, and they obviously do a lot less for the B show. But it's still SmackDown 1000. It should still be considered, a big achievement and whatever else. A big headbutt that got botched there for the big red machine. And he got knocked out. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I guess moving on to Rusev and the destruction of Rusev Day, Aiden Day, etc., etc. And that's interesting, I guess, in a way, because it was the first time they managed to get a crowd to chant for Milwaukee since R-Truth botched the name of the city a couple of years ago. Which was like, Green Bay, what's up? And everyone's chanting, Milwaukee, Milwaukee. But that's kind of, I guess, besides the point here. But no, Aiden has insinuated something happened with Lana in Milwaukee that she has not told Rusev about. So more, perhaps, infidelity type. I just hit grapple. I didn't hit slam. I hit the button to grapple. X. Why is he not? We need to do a tag team grapple. Taker. Grapple him. No, grapple him and hold him. Grapple and hold him. Hold him. Taker. Come on. Do it. Do it. Do it, Taker. Do it. There we go.
Yes, here we go. All you guys have to do is coexist for 10
Double choke slams.
Double choke slam. Double choke slam.
But they both pinned him. But it's two champions. What are you doing? What are you doing?
But who's the champion?
Vince is the champion. Clearly.
Stone Cold, bottom line, has lost the WWE title.
Bonus match. Rock versus Mankind versus Ken Shamrock in a solid steel cage.
It was last Monday on Raw when Kane and Undertaker interfered during the #1 contender match between The Rock, Mankind, and Ken Shamrock. But tonight, Mr. McMahon has guaranteed that there will be no interference, as this match will be held inside a steel cage. Well, I know one person who doesn't care about Mr. McMahon's guarantees, and that's The Rock. Here's what he had to say earlier today.
Make no mistake about it. Tonight is going to be the night of The Rock. So what The Rock wants you to know, that is, if you two candy-ass jabronis don't have too much sugar in your testes, then come on out and face The Rock 2-on-1, and I'll make your monkey asses famous. Now what The Rock is going to do, he's going to raise the people's eyebrow, he's going to drop the people's elbow, and one of you poor schmucks is going to take The Rock bottom right in the center of the ring. And when the people are through chanting The Rock's name, the smoke is cleared, then you two jabronis will join the millions and millions of The Rock's fans who know damn well that The Rock is and will forever be, and The Rock means forever be, the people's champion.
Thanks, Rock. Win by pinfall. Hooray. So I did kind of feel bad for Aiden there getting the what treatment for his promo, but as soon as he got that tidbit about, oh, Milwaukee. Everyone's like, oh, something's happening with his angle. And there was that. So I guess kudos on getting the audience interested after having those what chants. And that kind of continued where Rusev doesn't quite trust Lana. And obviously, to be fair to Rusev, he had that whole thing with Lana and Dolph Ziggler, years ago, where it was Rusev and Summer Rae. So obviously there is history there they could play upon for that whole bit of business. I don't think they would, but they totally can if they wanted to. Now then, we also had Nakamura fighting Ty Dillinger for reasons, and pretty much, just running roughshod until Randy Orton came in. And I have no idea where they're going with this whole Randy Orton-Nakamura thing, because certainly Randy Orton is not going to feud with Ty Dillinger. He just pretty much squashed him. And man, the Kinshasa to Ty and back of his head hit the LED board. That was rough. It is a rough week for people's heads in this business. Seriously. So, again, no idea what they're doing here with Randy Orton, but it's convenient. He keeps on attacking people who are involved with Nakamura in some way, so perhaps that's going to build us something down the line? Maybe? Or at least I hope they have a plan for whatever they're doing here, because a lot of times they book things with no real plan in mind, right? Which I guess brings us to AJ and Joe, another contract signing, which ended up not being a contract signing because Joe was not there. AJ signed the contract, but Joe was at the house of AJ Styles. Ooh! But it was not your usual, hey, here's a home invasion type angle, because obviously AJ not there to fight back, and so kind of it ended with him ringing the doorbell, and that was the end of the show. Also, Shamrock, can you actually... It's pinfall, so why are you trying to escape, Shamrock? I don't like video game cage matches. I'm hoping that 2K19s, with their additional options, are going to be more fun. But generally, not a fan of the cage deal. So there is that. Anyway, so yeah, again, a lot of things here on Raw and SmackDown to build towards Super Showdown. At least there are consequences. At least there is a through line for AJ and Joe. I can't say the same about most of the things on Raw. They kind of don't matter in a lot of ways, and that's kind of the problem with this thing, and why I would say that, hey, Raw ratings are down, historically low, because look at your Raw scene for your titles. No belt is on the line at Super Showdown, so why should I care about this 6-man that's basically a house show match? There is no consequences for it whatsoever. There is no belt on the line, and because 4 out of the 6 guys here are your Raw champions. So, Universal, IC, and tag belts are all in that match, so none of them are being defended, and I don't know why I should care. That's the biggest problem here. Like, put something on the line. Even if it's not a belt, put something on the line. Like, oh, if Braun's team wins, then Braun gets another shot at Roman's belt. Or they all get shots at each other's belts, or something, right? Just give me something to latch onto. Be like, alright, if Braun's team loses, then Braun will never get another shot at Roman. Give me a consequence to this match, because right now there is nothing. There is no reason to care in the least. It's a house show match. And that's the problem with a lot of the matches. Like, what's the significance of the booked match of the Bellas with Ronda Rousey versus the Riot Squad? Like, what's the consequence there? Is anyone in that match gonna get a shot at a belt for something? Anyone? Bueller? Now, of course, the rumor here is still that Nikki Bella is going to turn on Rousey and she's gonna fight her at Evolution. And sure, that is a story you could tell. But at least SmackDown, right? You have the world title on the line, right? You have the SmackDown tag titles on the line. So at least there's a consequence. You're fighting for a belt. There is something there. But those matches, otherwise, kind of just, there's no real consequence to them. And that's kind of very frustrating as someone who wants a bit of story. What the hell? He's gonna win. He's gonna win. I don't want to do this. I want to climb. I don't want to climb here. That was terrible. I hit the run button. It didn't work at all. It was real bad. It's real bad. Whose bright idea, outside of, actual history here, is win this cage match by pinfall? It's a cage match. Seriously. Too stupid. Anyway. let's taunt here a little bit. Don't sing it, just bring it for the great one. Here we go. Signature. Spine buster. And then Shamrock. Rock bottom. And then pin the man. One. Oh, one count. A one count from Shamrock. From a rock bottom. How dare you, sir? How dare you? Here we go. Pull him down. Anyway. So there's that. That's kind of our build here for Super Showdown that is happening. And then obviously after that is going to be Evolution. Which is like, alright, what do all the dudes do between Evolution? Is they're all building towards Crown Jewel. Which again, those matches are not going to have any consequence because it's basically a house show. They're going to have that biggest tournament, the World Cup. And hey, is the winner of the World Cup going to get anything? Bueller? Anybody? Because as of right now, like, we know that Braun won the greatest Royal Rumble, and it didn't get him anything. He got a green belt he never wears, and it's just kind of... I didn't want to do that! No, Mick, no! No, Mick, stop! Video game! Get him! I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Do it again. 1, 2. It's a slow count, but I got 3. I got 3. It's fine.
The incomparable Rock is the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. Man, what a hell of a match. Oh, this match saw it all, JR. It was the first time I've ever seen a triple threat match inside a steel cage, and folks, it was a dandy.
Dandy. Well, all right, Dan. I have to wonder how many times the Breakdown 98 Arena has ever been in a video game. Is this the only one? Because honestly, I forgot that even happened, that show. Anyway, tomorrow on the program, we have Judgment Day. Taker versus Kane in Rosemont, Illinois. I am your host, attackslug. More videos every day. I'll see you next time right here on this channel. And I'm out.